I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, if you happen to celebrate it. And remember, it is better to give than to receive. So what did we happen to receive this year? Well, we received a new president-elect to the White House, and we received the end of a few good shows like South of Nowhere on the end, and we received Season 8 of Degrassi, The Next Generation. Okay, I'm going to jump right into it. This season overall, good. A few things did stand out, but good, not great. Now, the only few characters that I'm interested in seeing develop at this point of the game would have to be Peter, Mia, Holly J, Riley, Jane. That's really about it. And maybe Spinner. Okay, 6, Spinner. Only because he's one of the originals that's still there, that's still part of the main cast. As well as Manny, Liberty, and Emma. Now, I really did enjoy a few points this season. Uptown Girl was kind of a big plus on Mia's behalf. It shows her not trying to, be just the teen mom that's waddling around with Bella all the time. Now she's on the Degrassi Power Squad, which was renamed thanks to Holly J, and she's taken an interest in modeling, which I think is great. I think that the actress that portrays her is very pretty as well, and I think that Mia can pull it off. But the plot in Uptown Girl, what she did to get the job, or at least what she thought she needed to do to get a job that was already hers, was kind of bad on her part. Not only did it cost her a friendship with Leia, which she really wanted a new friend, but it also cost her the chance of starting a relationship with Danny. So that's out the window, or at least for now, you never know. It's interesting to see her relationship with Peter develop, however, considering that Peter just got out of a relationship with Darcy because Darcy went to Africa, or I guess you could say Sinead Grimes went to the cast of 90210. But that relationship does seem to help Peter develop a little bit more. Before he was the bad guy taping girls drunk, as we've seen with Manny in Season 5, episode Venus. And now he's more gentler with Mia, more respectable to her. But it could be because he just got out of a relationship with Darcy, like I just said, and Mia's just rebound material, so you never know. Peter also happened to develop a close male relationship with football star Riley. Now, if you've seen Man with Two Hearts, you know that Riley is questioning his sexuality. Or, that's what it seems to be. The only thing here is just that, at the end of that episode, he did happen to call Peter a derogatory word, and Peter did have the chance to out him, but out of respect for his friend, he decided not to. But I don't know how long Peter's going to let Riley keep getting away with that, just because Riley wants to hide behind his hypermasculine persona. But we obviously do know that Riley does have a heart, as we've seen him defend Jane in Fight the Power. This is the episode where Jane wanted to play for the male football team, the Degrassi Panthers. However, she wasn't going to get any special treatment, as said by Shep, who doesn't seem like the greatest principal since Miss Hatsalakos left, but whatever. I don't like the Shep so much. He hasn't done anything to really make me say hooray for Degrassi school spirit. But this is good because Jane, number one, she is a tough gal, and she is a bit more liberated than some of the girls on the show. She doesn't take crap from anyone. And this episode was good because it does show that, in the end, it's not about gender. It's about football and how well you play. That's all. Although I give some minus points to Derek for kicking her while she was down. Literally, if you've seen the episode. But still, good character development from all these characters. And the final episode that we saw here in the States was Money for Nothing. Apparently, Holly J's father, well, the family in general, I think is filing for bankruptcy, or they're just losing a lot of money. And apparently, the plot makes it so that Holly J apparently can't spend a lot of money now. Her credit cards are busted, tries to take lunch to school and she's ashamed of it. And she can't go to the Power Squad retreat in in Florida, I think it was. Yes, in Florida. So, because of that, Mia started getting more spotlight than Holly J. And if anyone's going to steal Holly J's thunder, it's not going to be Mama Mia. So because of that, Holly J said bad things about Mia that she heard from Leia. And it got published on the news, and it was just a scandal. However, whereas the Power Squad was on Mia's side because they understood what she had been going through, they booted Holly J off of the Power Squad. But before that, she actually applied for the dot. And what happened? Yeah, she applied for the dot, and she lost her job because she poured a milkshake on Derek, which was one of the funniest parts of the whole season. And that's really saying something, that you getting a milkshake poured on you is one of the funniest parts of an entire of a part of the season. But it's not finished yet. So in the end, she reapplied for the dot because she needed the money and she knew that she had to make things right. However, now that she's off the Power Squad and she's lost major points with her love interest, Blue. Blue's not interested in a girl like Holly J because life hands her stuff and she just blows them off, or she doesn't come to grips with it. The problem that I have here is that we've seen this kind of character development before. I guess you can say Holly J is the old Paige. I don't know if she's going to do a complete 180, as you've seen from those little Degrassi minis, but those are non-canon to the series itself, so, who cares? But she's making the right step, so she decided to get her job back, take up her table, and go for it. Now, we're just waiting for the new year to come in to see the rest of the episodes of Degrassi. And those are why I like to see these characters develop as of now. Spinner developing, I kind of like the encouraging words that he gave to Holly J, because if anyone could have pulled it out of the ringer, it was Spinner, considering all that Spinner has gone through. And if you're an avid Degrassi fan, I don't need to tell you about this because you already know. But a few of the characters that hasn't surprised me or wowed me yet would have to be the new grade 9ers, some of the kids in grade, I guess, 10 and 11. I don't know why Johnny DeMarco and Bruce, I don't know how they made the credit openings, if they're even going to get involved, as well as that other cheerleader from the Power Squad, Shantae, I think it was. But we've seen her a few times before in the earlier seasons, like season 5 and like seasons 4 and 5. And one more thing, I'm kind of interested in seeing where Anya goes a little bit, being that, number one, she and Holly J are no longer at the hip, but they're still considered friends. But after the whole thing in Money for Nothing, I don't know what's going to happen in that regard, so it's up in the air. Now, Claire, to me, just seems to be the hybrid of Emma and Liberty, the old Emma and Liberty. And with just a pinch of Darcy, with that tinge of hypocriticalness. Because as you can see in Uptown Girl, she actually criticized KC on being in the gifted class just because of his attire, which no one should do. I mean, the clothes don't make the man, right? Or in this case, the clothes don't make the honest student. Whatever. Connor, you know what? Don't even compare him to Toby. Toby, in my mind, was just a bit more interesting. That whole "you're in my seat" bit, I don't know if he has some issues that we're going to see in the season to come. Hopefully we will, because he's upsetting and boring to me at this point right now. Casey seems to be a bit interesting. A possible love interest for Claire, assuring her that people do care what people think on some level, which is true. Hopefully that will break Claire out of her hypocritical state, and she in turn will open up more as a person. Allie wants to obviously break away from her Muslim heritage. She's Sav's younger sister. She seems to be what, the old school Manny? But I don't know. The old school Manny, yeah, I guess you can call it that. But Manny is still prettier than she is, at least in my mind. But hopefully she'll have her own plot and we'll get to see her grow and change. But in one of the early promos, it looked like she was going head to head with Holly J for Blue. I don't know if that's going to be a possible plot in the future. Who knows? Let's see. I think that's it for now. I am glad to see Emma, Liberty, and Manny again, I guess, if anyone else to develop through their college days. Hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more development, I guess, on their end as far as what they're doing in college. But I'm surprised that Liberty is even there. If any of you out there can tell me how Liberty got into Smithdale, because I swore that in the last episode of season 7, we built this city that she was going to go to Banting instead. So I guess that's it for now, and let me know what you guys think. Any thoughts on this video? Of course, comment, and don't forget to rate, comment, and or subscribe. So, to all of you who celebrate it, have a Merry Christmas.